Hello, lovely humans. You'll notice our show's starting a tad different tonight because I don't have our intro. I don't know what happened to it. I just noticed it's gone. So, welcome to Modern Femme-ily. My name is Cassie. I'm the resident lesbian here on the show and your host. And I'm so glad you are joining us this evening. Things are a little different. I'm going to wait to go into a little more detail until my lovely co-host joins me. But now is your warning that we may look like beautiful ladies, but some of our favorite words are four short little letters. So now is your time to grab your favorite cocktail, mocktail, or beverage of choice. Lock those kiddos in the bathroom, or my personal favorite, lock yourself in the bathroom and join us for the next hour while we talk about who knows what. You never know what you're going to get with us and our grand scheme shenanigans. It just is what it is. But I cannot continue without my lovely co-host, so I'm going to bring her out to join me so we can give you a little deep dive into what's going on this evening since things are all wonky and crazy. So here comes my co-host. Welcome, Molly.
Hello. Hi. Welcome back. Things do look a little bit different. And we didn't have our intro, which kind of threw me off because I vape beforehand because we can't do that on, here, which is fine. I can go without. Except for when I'm nervous. So then I'm like and I'm like I use that intro to prepare, and then I'm glad I looked up and I was like,
well,
no,
yeah,
Cassie's on.
I did our countdown and I was like,
There's nothing. There's nothing there.
Our intro isn't here. What the heck is happening? We're missing commercials.
Are we?
Yeah, I have a version of a short version of our commercial.
Cool.
But our regular commercial is not on there, so I don't know what's happening.
Hey, but you know what? We're gonna take it, and we're gonna go with it, and explain. I don't think. Oh, we are recording this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Wednesday.
It is because of me. Yeah.
But that's okay.
And it was really funny because I actually want to tell you. I think it's gonna be funny, so who knows? And I was gonna tell you when we were getting ready, but I was like, I'm gonna see your actual reaction. Okay. I don't know why. Anyway, so Friday I was like, hey Cassie, can we do kind of our first recording? Because I want to be off again Friday, but I want to do a show.
Right. Because let me interrupt, because last week your girl's an airhead. Yeah. And I forgot to schedule last week's show. Yeah. Work got away from me. Life happened.
It just happens.
And it was Thursday night, Friday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up because I had to pee. That's what you do in the middle of the night. Yeah. And I'm, sitting on the edge of the bed and I went, shit. I never scheduled a show for this week. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yes. Oh, no. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why we took last Friday off, and I played video games all night long.
I actually don't remember what I did.
Molly was just decompressing from the week, and
I had Friday off, which was nice. Yeah. Let me tell you, having a 3-day weekend was so nice, and I'm literally gonna do it again. I'm gonna use my vacation that way. I don't care. It's nice.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of relaxed. I did log in for a little bit because there's something that has to be done on Fridays that I'm the only one that can do it. So I'm like, hey, no big deal. It literally takes me an hour and a half, not that long.
Right.
So I do it. And then I kind of just meandered. And then I realized it's Friday. And I have Saturday and Sunday. It was so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'm glad that you had said, hey, I'd like to take Friday off this coming Friday, which would be the 25th.
Yes.
Because the following Friday, I have to take Friday off. I don't have to, but I've chosen to because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And also, I want to give a shout out to Kat. It was the sweetest thing. I remember what I did. I remember what I did Friday. Yeah, right. Funny. I get a text from Kat, and she's like, "Hey, are you doing your show tonight?" And I was like, "No, we're not. Like, we're not." But I was at a high school basketball game, and it was
That's
like
right.
their special regionals, something rather.
Was it districts?
Sure.
Okay. State
It was a
champion?
special game and then they would advance to a higher level. Okay.
Gotcha.
And then because my brother-in-laws, which I can say that now, it's so weird.
Official.
I know. They coach,
right.
or like our assistant coaches to the varsity team, and then this one player is like an amazing player. His brother is actually in the NBA. And
oh wow.
Yeah. And then watching that talent.
Yeah. It's incredible. Like, these high school players are fantastic.
And it was so funny because Charlie kept saying, like, "Oh, quick hands." And yes, this kid would just snatch the ball. And I'm like, I wouldn't even see it. He would just snatch and start running. And that's when I realized he grabbed the ball from the other team because he was running towards the other net.
Right.
That's how much I know about basketball, people. Like, but it was so entertaining to watch. It was amazing. But no, so I get this text. Sorry, another rabbit trail that I did. That was my fault. I get this text from Kat, and she's like, "You're not doing your show." I'm like, "No, I'm not, but we'll do it next week. So, tune in." Huh. And then she's like, "Oh, I love watching you girls. It's like my Friday night girls' night." And I was like, "Oh, that's the sweetest thing and like the best compliment you could ever give to us."
Right.
Because that's exactly kind of what we want it to be. It's like a Friday night girls' night.
Yeah, absolutely.
That anybody can join.
Right.
Yeah. So then I was like, "Hey, Cassie, can I have Friday night off too?" Next one.
Right. Sorry. No. But when I realized that we could record episodes and play it before, like, I knew you could replay old episodes, right? So
yeah,
we could, but of course, like, I'm not technologically stupid.
right.
But
we're gonna have to figure some stuff out first.
Right. So if nobody watches this episode, it was because I couldn't figure out how to play it.
Right.
Let's be real.
Oh my gosh, can this be like one of the ones where like this is the one from our drafts, guys. Right, we finally figured out how to do it. Like
right? No, absolutely. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's record it. Let's, have fun. And at the same time, I'm like, but we're not gonna have comments. Like, we're not gonna have people.
I know.
We're not gonna have people playing with us. Like,
I know. So please, if you're watching, leave a comment.
Yeah.
Just so we know, because we love them, and once we go live, of course, we will show them. I don't know if we can. We'll figure it out, or at least I'll write them down and let give you some love. Tell you my favorite ones.
Right. Yeah.
Have a comment off.
Yeah, comment like that you're watching it afterwards. Comment on things that we're discussing. Absolutely, because we can go through and like rewatch it and put that in the next episode.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe not the next episode, because the next episode is going to be recorded as well, because your girl's probably going to be a little drunk.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So, change of plans for Molly on Friday. So originally I was like, hey, I'm going to, it's like I do a youth group, I participate in a youth group. I'm a youth leader for young youths. And Friday is going to be like our first game night. And I'm like super excited because it's like only the older kids. So it's like maturity, right? So, and it's going to be super chill. And I was like, I really want to go. And you're like, oh my gosh, of course. So let's do it. And then, hair on the tongue. Charlie was like, hey, one of our really good friends, it's his birthday on Friday. So we're going to go to New Trail.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's do that. But then she who forgets everything she ever schedules for her personal self, not for work, because she has reminders for those, forgot that my best friend is back from deployment, and I had promised that when she came back we would go to dinner, and a specific
with the biggest margarita in the
world. So I'm like, crap, I keep over scheduling and booking myself.
Well, you could always go to New Trail and then go to dinner.
No, I'm going to no to that because I mean, New Trail's fine. I can't believe I actually said what I. Anyway, you know where we live now.
Well, maybe.
Vicinity anyway. At least me. What's really funny is I keep forgetting that this is like recorded, but please know that this is one take, guys.
Oh yeah,
So
there's
this is
no
still,
stops. No, this is just our brains.
and I literally thought I was like, oh man, I wish we could just take that out. We can't.
Sorry. But that could be a lot of places, so.
Yeah, anyway. So I'm not going to that. I'm gonna go to the Mexican food place. And then they're going out to a bar afterwards. I think I'm gonna go.
So are you gonna go?
I think so. If I walk in there and there's too many people, I'm gonna walk right back out.
Right. Here's $20. First drinks on me.
Yeah. If it's me and like if it's my group of friends that we always hang out and then 2 other people, all right, I'm going in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so now I'm really excited because I'm ditching those kids and I'm going out.
Sometimes you have to have an adult night.
I do. And I haven't had an adult night like that in, let's be honest, 3 years.
Yeah.
Vegas doesn't count.
Well, no, that was your wedding. That was an adult time, but very stressful. So
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And like we'll go into more detail of, you know, what we're doing on my birthday, but it's the first time that we're going to be around a lot of people that is not outdoors. And well, not the first time, but like one of the first times that Reese and I are going together to do something. And I'm low-key kind of nervous, but at the same time, I'm like, it's my birthday.
Right. I'm just going to do it.
I'm just going to do it. So, and yeah, so when we record my birthday episode, we'll go into more detail. And that's going to be an interesting episode, people. Let me just tell you, Molly and I already have that planned.
Yeah. Which I got to get on doing the thing.
Yeah, me too. I have to order mine because it's...
Samesies.
I'll probably do it for pickup at Ulta, but...
Oh, see, I'm going to just get mine on the bad place.
The bad site. Maybe I'll order them from there. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting. So
I'm really excited about it though.
Me too.
And I've already like Googled hacks of like how I can set up an object so it's not in my way while I do said thing.
I haven't.
And what's funny is people are gonna be like, what are you talking about? If you tune in next week, you'll know exactly. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. And it's gonna be informative and we're gonna screw things up. So hopefully you don't have to in the future.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, guys and girls alike can both do what we're gonna be doing. So join in so you can
elf ears.
You don't have elf ears, you goober.
No, like that would be so cool.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having pointy little cute elf ears, so.
That's what I'm talking about. If I could be an elf, like, not like Santa's elves, I'm talking like Lord of the Rings elves.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
This is our brain on a Wednesday night. Okay?
Literally! We had that conversation while we were getting ready, of course. And I was like, listen, guys, you are getting a Wednesday Molly. This is what Wednesday Molly looks like.
Yep.
She's frazzled. It's Wednesday. You're not getting a Friday Molly.
And your girl's gotta work tomorrow. So
yeah. Friday Molly knows that she can sleep in.
Yeah. Yep.
Wednesday Molly knows she got to go to work tomorrow.
Yep. It's gonna be the 4th Monday of the week.
Listen, no, for real.
Yeah. But hey, whatever. It's fine. I guess we should probably, even though we're recording, tell everybody where they can find us.
I mean, duh. I mean, if you can't realize that, like, Modern Family up there, you know, on the banner, and then there's the WLFE-DB.com.
Yeah.
That's one place.
Yeah. So.
And then, take it away, Cassie. Baby.
What is happening? Nothing is here.
Is it because we're recording? Is that a thing?
Probably.
Maybe. Okay. Well, I
Okay.
know that you can find us.
Well, I have this one.
Okay. Oh,
So you
nice.
can check us out on WLFE-DB.com and
Yep.
Facebook, which is WLFE-DB Radio. But we also have an LGBTQIA plus page because why? We fall under all of those beautiful umbrellas. Yeah. So make
That's
sure
my
you check
version
us
of
out
umbrella.
there. And then, of course, our social medias, which I kind of have, but not really. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all under the same name as our banner, except Instagram, there are no dashes in our name. It's just all one name. And then our email, which is modernfemily@gmail.com. You can always email us there. We are typically an interactive podcast. Tonight and our next episode
We
is
are
going to be
until we're not.
recorded. So you can always send us, questions, comments, show ideas, anything you want. You can show us love there. If you show us anything but love, we'll probably just delete it, but you can always send it.
No,
So, what are you doing?
What?
What were you doing?
It's a heart.
Oh, okay. I thought you were playing the world's smallest violin.
Oh, yeah, no. What I am struggling with over here, though, is there is a hair, one strand, stuck in my gloss. And I can't find it. And it's really annoying.
It's driving her nuts.
Yeah, and it's not attached to my head. Ha. I got it.
Can you tell we have pets?
Yeah, because that was a dog hair.
Yeah, constantly dog hair, cat hair. My cat is currently in my studio right now, so if we hear her start to scream, yeah.
That's that.
This morning I was in a meeting, and I always say, and I hope nobody gets offended, but I always say when she starts to meow and scream and make excessive noise, because she is a ginger, she's an orange tabby, and they say they are the most vocal cats of the cat kingdom, that she's singing the song of her people. And there's a box that my wife cut one flap off of because my cats love boxes. I'm sure all cats do, but my cats will fight over which box they get to hide in. Oh my gosh. There's a box right outside my office door, like in between my office door and the next room over. And she was laying inside that box, just
just talking, having a day, just telling her life story.
Unmute.
I was wondering, was I on that meeting?
Yep.
Okay, because I was like, okay, anybody that knows me knows I am an overthinker. I read into things so bad. And I literally was like, is there something happening? Should I be doing that too? Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you were, because I noticed that. I was like, why are you muting? I was like,
Right. Am I making you nauseous yet? Mute, unmute.
I know. And I was like, maybe, is there a connection happening? Maybe I should be doing that. I just left myself on mute.
Nope. My cat's an asshole. So, and of course, this is like a part of the meeting that like I'm actively speaking.
Yeah.
So my cat is doing her thing, and then my dog is chewing on the most annoying toy he has, which is a soft plush toy, but there's a long soda bottle inside.
Yes.
So he's chewing on that, and it's. I'm like, I can't get away from him.
I know. We love them. I love them. Sometimes I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
For why?
Yeah. So in between that meeting and the next meeting, I had like 2 minutes. So I ran out of my office, grabbed that toy from him, put that in his toy box, gave him options of other toys he could play with.
Right.
And then came back and I connected to my other meeting. Was like, pick one. Pick any of them. Right.
But that one. You don't get that one.
Right. And he looked at me like I stole his favorite blankie. Like, right. You took my toy. Oh, I gave you
best 4. That was of me.
Right? I give you 4 other options. Just give me that one.
No.
Heard. I
I
don't think
know.
I'm ready for children yet because I'll be like, give me that stupid annoying toy. I'm taking the batteries out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do like those toys that like constantly go off, or watching the same shows all the time. Like,
I mean, if we're watching the same show over and over again, it's gonna be like Looney Tunes that I grew up with, or
right.
Bugs, like not Bugs Bunny because that's Looney Tunes, isn't it?
I mean, I don't remember, but I think so.
Now I'm gonna have to Google it because I don't remember if it is or not. Or
Yeah,
like,
because Looney Tunes has the skunk, doesn't he?
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, don't. I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. I think. Hold please. I'm literally Googling this right now because now I feel like kind of like an
And
idiot.
then Elmer the Fudd or whatever.
Elmer Fudd.
Oh, Elmer the Fudd. What the
Elmer
heck?
the Fudd.
Elmer Fudd.
Yes, Bugs Bunny is Looney Tunes. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm losing my mind.
Do you remember Space Jam?
I saw that in theater with my dad.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best memory.
Yeah.
Because of your story. And then Looney Tunes. Space Jam was the best movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the new one.
I didn't watch the new one.
I tried. I stopped.
Nope.
Because I was like, this is not good for me.
Right. This is not Looney Tunes. No. This is
isn't
not
Space
Bugs
Jam.
Bunny.
I just.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a core memory from our childhood. So
yes, I loved it. And I just remember when the credits would roll, I would like dance and sing because I knew all of the songs.
Yeah, that was like a daddy-daughter date. I remember going, it was just him and I went to the movies and watched Space Jam because my mom was like,
nah, not a movie for me. Right.
I get a mommy day at home and you get to take the kid to the movies.
Sign me up.
Right. Yeah, but like if my kids want to watch cartoons like that, it's gonna be like the Smurfs or Looney Tunes, Yogi Bear, Scooby Doo. Like,
right.
No.
Well, yeah. Oh no, Wild Thornberries. That was my jam.
Yep, we can watch that.
Loved it. Hey Arnold.
Yep. Yes. I will be the first to admit, so like I was always very opposed to having a TV in the bedroom, right? Like that was your place to go relax. That was like your sexy time place. Like you didn't have a TV in the bedroom. Well, my wife can't sleep unless she has noise. And I'm like, well, the dog snores. Does that count? Yeah. But she convinced me to put a TV in the bedroom. So we have a TV in the bedroom. Now I can't go to sleep without something playing on the TV. And I think it's Paramount. I think. Not sponsored, by the way. I think they have like all of the Nickelodeon, well, most of the Nickelodeon shows. I think Hey Arnold was on there, Rugrats.
Oh, I love Rugrats.
There were a few other ones, but like I've gone through and like started rewatching them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is my childhood.
It is, right?
It so is. Like, yeah.
Oh, I remember like people used to make fun of me because this was one of my favorite cartoons, and I think it was Babar. He was a fancy elephant. And his family was fancy.
Do you remember Eureka's Castle?
No.
That was one of my all-time favorites when I was a kid.
That's your My Babar.
Yeah. I've never heard of the one you're talking about.
Yeah, he was an elephant, and they stood upright, and his dad was like regal and sophisticated, and they dressed sophisticatedly, and they had pajamas, and I loved it. And they talked with an English accent, and
okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just Googled. Okay.
You see, yeah, I loved it.
There's a movie on Amazon.
Yo, get out. I'm gonna
Not sponsored. Not sponsored. But yeah, so like my kids can watch those cartoons. My niece is, all about like, well, she was, I don't know if she still is. I haven't watched TV with her in a few months, so
Right.
She's going on like 25, so it's crazy. This kid is so flippin' smart. But she was all about Bluey and Paw Patrol, and some of these shows are like super cute and actually educational.
Right.
But
Maybe fun and entertaining and learn
right.
something from it. Yeah.
But there are some of these new shows that I'm like, the fuck are we watching?
What? Yeah, I don't get. Yeah,
I don't understand what's happening. Nope.
I know.
But then of course, you look back and with like Rugrats and Rocco's Modern Life, and you're like,
No, I know because I don't get that because I can go back
no?
and watch them now, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it could be just nostalgia,
Yeah.
but I feel like there was jokes that went over my head that I get now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I actually went back and watched the Rocco's Modern Life movie.
Okay.
And there were so many things in that show that I did not get as a child, and now I'm like,
Right.
it's so wildly inappropriate.
And those are the cartoons that I like. That when you are young, like if I'm watching it as an adult, I wanted to know that when you're young, you have no clue what is happening.
Right.
But
You
then you
do
watch it
not
when you're
get
older,
it.
and you're like, ooh.
Right? You're like, they put that in a kid's show. Oh my god, that would not fly
I know.
today.
But that was legit.
Right?
Jim and Christmas, these people.
Yeah. But no. That's what we'll watch. I mean, my
Yeah.
parents did that to me. In all fairness, because I was born overseas, because I am an Air Force brat. So we could watch TV. It was in German.
Oh yeah.
So my mom and my dad spoke more German than my mom, but we lived on an Air Force base. So
So in the majority, right.
almost everybody there was in the Air Force and spoke English. So it
Right.
wasn't a huge deal. But you turn on the TV and you're in Germany. So it would be like if you go anywhere else that their, national language is not English, you're not going to have the slightest clue when you turn it on. So my parents recorded like hours of cartoons and movies and TV shows on what, us old people call videotapes, VHS.
Right.
Anyone who is, I don't know, 12 now doesn't know what that is. I mean, I know some 20, like 2-year-olds don't know what VHS tapes are. And I'm like,
no, listen. Weird story time. Quickly, youth group, the youths. I said YOLO. They said, what? What is that?
get out. Get out.
Yeah. I said, excuse me? That was like 10 years ago. But then I'm like, oh, you were 10 years ago.
No wonder you don't know what that is.
Yeah. And they're like, what does it mean? And so somebody looked it up. They're like, oh, YOLO. I'm like, yeah, it means you only live once.
Right. Well, and when it first was like being said, I'm eating fruit, Tootsie Rolls, don't judge me.
I don't have any fruit. I wish I did. I'm hungry.
I mean, that's apparently my dinner tonight. I ate a breath mint and I'm like, I'm so hungry. So
right. Well,
that breath mint,
you ate a breath mint.
That breath mint guy everybody's talking about is not cutting it. I'm like, so I happened to look down and see Tootsie Rolls in front of me. So I was like,
nice.
There we go. But like when YOLO first like circulated, I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I know.
Like I would never.
No, and I did it. Did it, but I said it that one time.
Yeah, bitch you in the ass.
Oh, you know what? And it was because somebody said something in the verses of like seize the day or something like that. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, it's kind of like YOLO. And they're like, what?
Thinking that was more. Wait, because in that circumstance, had you said like carpe diem?
Right, exactly.
Like, the fuck does that mean?
Right.
Yeah. So you said something that you thought was in their lingo. Yeah. And they're still like, what's that mean? I have no
idea what you're saying. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm at that stage in my life. So then I'm like, okay, tell me what is cool. And then I decided, nope, that's not cool. So,
what did they say? Do you remember? Like,
it was like that skeet or whatever thing that you see on TikTok all the time. I don't know.
I guess I'm old. I don't understand the modern lingo. Like,
yeah, it's like, and I've seen it on TikTok. I'm not quite sure like what it's used for. and then they did some other things. I don't remember. Because then I decided I'm not going to use them in my daily life, so I don't have room in here for them.
No, like,
I'm gonna leave the young to the younger. I'm gonna leave it to you. It's your time now.
It's funny because Reese and I were literally just talking about this. I'm pretty sure it was last weekend, because I know maybe the weekend before, because we ended up going away on Sunday, like last minute, decided to just up and go somewhere, and it was about a 2-hour drive. So you know, we were playing music on my phone and whatnot in the car, and of course, like, my mix on YouTube or, you know, wherever I listen to it is like older music.
Right.
And I mean like older for us. So like I'm going to be 35 next Friday.
Right.
So like we're listening to like 60s,
things that were in the
70s, 80s music. Like, and I mean, we love it. Like that's what we grew up on, because that's what our parents listened to. Right.
Yeah.
So we still had like some newer stuff on there, and I mean, we're both, you know, we listen to everything. So it's everything from punk to country, you know, to techno and house. Like it's everything, right? And I said, I couldn't tell you a song that's come out recently. Like I don't listen to the radio very often. I'm not in my car very often, one. And when I am, like, we listen to the alternative stations that are in our area because they play music that we like.
Right.
Right. And I said, I sound old, but I'm like, I don't like much of today's music. And Reese says, well, I think that happens to every generation. I said, which, you know, I understand. I get it. But at least, like, when our rap became popular, or like the 90s rap, like, you could understand them. You listen to people now, and I'm like, how are you supposed to sing along? You can't understand them.
Well, yeah, but some of it's like an art form, though.
It really is.
It's like the speed in which you are singing, and then the lyrics, because some of those lyrics are like really good, you know. So put some heart and soul into them.
Well, and I'm all for it. Like I am an artist in my own right, you know, as is Molly, as is both of our partners. So it's like we appreciate that, but I'm like, damn it, like I love this beat. I want to sing along and I can't understand the words.
It's just a different style.
It really is.
I appreciate what it is.
I guess I'm just old. I'm my parents now that's like, I can't understand this shit. I mean, the kids can. I could understand the shit when I was a kid. My mom couldn't get it, so.
See, and that's the thing. I think it's every generation we experience it. Yeah. It's a shared experience.
Yep. I mean, and music is definitely an experience.
And absolutely. Well, and again, it's mainstream music, so you still have, you know, your different niches and your you know, things that aren't mainstream, like that still exists.
Right, exactly. And that will never go away.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, people, it is halfway through our show. I won't say time because this is recorded. So we are halfway through our show, which means
technically it would be, because we would still start at 8. So it's 8:30, guys. Hey-o.
Right? So we're going to take a very quick commercial break, because I'm not sure how long this commercial is, because I don't have my normal commercial.
We'll find out.
So we're going to hop on this real quick, and we'll find out how long it is till we come back here in just a few moments.
WLFE Digital Network is now on digital television. If you're into ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and the creepy, then WLFE has a TV channel for you, Paranormal View. Watch all of your favorite WLFE video talk shows on one channel. Shows like Paratalk Radio, Step Into the Paranormal, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, and more. Looking for something else? Do you support the LGBTQ+ community? WLFE has brought all of their LGBTQ shows like Inside the Drag Closet, Everything Yet Nothing, Across the Pond, and Rainbow Soul all into one place. A new TV channel called LGBTQ Friends. The third channel is a Variety Unlimited. Here you'll find a wide variety of talk shows you know and love, like Just Cindy, Card Pulls and Coffee, Real Talk with Dom, The Bipolar DM, Meet the Author, and Movie Review 5. The best part of watching these shows is that they're all available to watch at one location, one website, WLFE-DB.com.
You are listening to WLFE-DBRadio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Listen to the WLFE-DB podcast, available on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check out shows like Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and Step into the Paranormal. Now, on to your favorite podcast app.
This is Dominic Santasero with Real Talk with Dom. You are listening to WLFE-DBRadio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Brie, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com. You're listening to WLFE-DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
Hello.
Back to our program.
That is such an old commercial.
It is, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get our other one on here, and if we have any updated, because there are some shows that are no longer on WLFE, so we gotta get that shit updated. Yeah, we'll get it. Don't worry, I promise.
Hey, yeah.
Well, it happens. It is what it is. Anywho, welcome back to Modern Family.
Okay.
We're recording live, so you're gonna get the afterplay because girls got lives, so we got shit to do.
And I want to do things on, and this is the thing, I have to do things on Friday night so I can recover on Saturday, and then still have Sunday to do productive things.
Right. So yeah, we got things to do, so we gotta figure this shit out. But it is what it is, and we don't want to leave you guys hanging because we love you. And yeah. So. But we did have an agenda for tonight's episode. We just kind of rambled the first half. But
I feel like that's what we do, though.
It is, and I love it. We're just, like Pat said, we're a girls' night. We're a hangout. We're a decompress and wherever life takes us kind of show. So it's, and apparently ASMR.
Oh.
Well, you just...
Oh, is that? Oh, I get. Okay.
I saw Molly's train leave the station, but she caught it.
I did. I hung on there. I roped it.
Right, I roped it.
I'm dragging behind it. Really, if we're gonna be honest.
Bouncing down the train track. Whatever. It's cool. We're catching up. It's all right. But yeah. So we're wrapping up Women's History Month.
Yeah.
International Women's Day. So we originally, before, we got into some heated topics on our last episode about this, we wanted to talk about the women in our lives because we both have some very strong
Yeah.
very awesome, influential women in our lives.
Come from
So we wanted
good
to talk
stuff.
about them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Molly, everyone's already met like the strongest woman that I know in my life, my mom. And my second one, or one of the other strongest women in my life is my aunt. So I want you to tell us a story about one of the strongest women in your life.
Well, this is the thing. The strongest woman in my life is my mother.
Yeah.
And hopefully one of these days we'll get to meet her, maybe.
I hope so.
I know. Anywho, yeah, no, and the sad thing is, I didn't realize how strong of a person and woman she is and was until I was older, until I realized, until I went through and have the no-ish of the world, right? And how it kind of works. And damn, this woman, listen, so we rodeoed, and I think I just got what's like on my upper lip. So that's distracting, and I have to get it, otherwise I can't continue.
Gotta do what you gotta do, girl.
All right, no, it's still there. So. Okay. Anywho, we rodeoed, and that is if you want to be good at it, it's a very in-depth, time-consuming sport.
Right. Well, because
it is.
Let me just say, like, a lot of people hear rodeo and they think like bull riding, right?
Yeah.
That's not all rodeo. Like, there's so much more to it than just that.
Yeah, and we have, I had horses. I didn't barrel race. I roped. So I sat on a running horse and I roped a running cow. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And so, and we are the fourth generation that has done this. Yeah.
Wow.
My sister and I are the fourth. And what's so cool is I have a picture of my grandfather and his dad on horseback.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but a week in my mother's life was getting my sister and I up for school, getting my dad up for school, making sure we all had breakfast, making sure our hot lunches were paid for, and then she would feed horses, she'd do house errands, make sure we had laundry, because my sister and I, we played sports as well, so we would play sports or practice, come home, feed, practice for our rodeo sport, come into the house, and this time we would do homework, eat dinner, have about a half an hour of TV time, and then it was time for bed. So my mom made sure that we had everything we needed to do that.
Right.
And then come the weekends, we would have a horse trailer, a living quarters horse trailer, stocked with food, sheets changed, tent, everything we need for that weekend, so we could be completely invested in that sport and not have to worry about where are my jeans, where's my number, where's my hat, all this stuff, because we knew my mom was going to take care of it. We just made sure the horses were put together.
Right. You're like, I showed up.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Wow.
My horse is good. I'm in shape. Let's go.
Right.
But my mom made sure that we were fed. We had food for the weekend. And then participate, right? She would come with us, and then come Sunday, unload us, get us ready for Monday, unload the trailer, get it cleaned out, start all over again, and do it the next weekend.
Wow.
Yes. It was insane. And
right.
I'm like, no. First off, bitches, do your own shit. Do your own laundry. Find some time.
Right. Pack your own shit.
Yeah. So my mother was just the rock of our family.
Right.
Absolutely. And still is, to be honest.
Yeah. It sounds like, I have the pleasure of knowing your mom. So
yeah,
she is not only the rock, but is the glue, is the
the tape,
brains,
the Band-Aid.
like,
You know,
right.
like-
She's the everything. Like,
Yeah.
if you took your mom out of that equation, like whether she chose to do it or something, like not took her out, but made it so
But-
she wasn't
right.
able to help, like y'all would have been like, what we do
I
now?
mean, no, listen, we would have made it there. We wouldn't have been fed. Our horses would have been perfect. The trailer would have been fine, but everything else would have been a colossal disaster. I would have. Oh yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
this one time I left my bag in the car of my mom's trunk, and we are on the road. My mom that weekend did not go with us. Mind you, in my bag I had my pants, my like they weren't Wranglers because I didn't wear Wranglers. They were Crew Girls is what they were called. Anyway, it had my basically my rodeo attire. I left it, and I also left my boots in her car. So I was like, "Hey, Mom, can you come?" And mind you, I'm an hour away. And I said, "I need my boots." I forgot that I left the bag in there. So then I got to the rodeo, and the most embarrassing thing happened to me in my entire life. I had to wear my dad's pants.
But at least you had pants.
I had pants, but I did bring my boots because I remembered that. But then my bag was in the trunk of my mom's car that I totally forgot to get, even when she drove an hour to give me my boots. Yeah, I had to. I didn't have my belt. Mind you, you have a belt with like a belt buckle. You want it. That's what I was still good. I want belt buckles. That, forgot that. So I had balin twine, which is the twine that is wrapped around bales to keep them together. Haze of bale. Bales of hay.
Right.
Yep.
But, and let's be
Cinched
real,
tight.
like that stuff is like that thick. Like,
Yeah.
it's just itty bitty tiny little, and how it
Yeah.
holds bales of hay is beyond me.
You
But
know, we use that to fix everything. If you need something tied together, balin twine.
yeah, yep,
Just
yep.
it's gonna hold forever.
For real. No idea why.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like that big around.
Literally.
But,
The
yeah.
worst part, at that time, he was unfortunate enough to chew. He was chewing. So I had a skull imprint on the back pocket.
On the ass of the pants that you were wearing.
Listen.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, yeah, my mother was the rock. And the one weekend she did not go, that's what happened.
Right. And from that weekend on, Molly's mom always was there. That's great.
I know.
No, but I totally get that because my mom's the same way. Like, she's not there and like shit falls apart. Like,
Right.
It's
right.
just, it's horrible.
I know.
Yeah.
But I also have generational great stock.
Yeah. You've told me some stories about like your grandmother and like
my great grandmother.
Yeah, like holy cow. Like,
I know. It's so interesting. So the greatest thing, not the greatest thing, but I mean, it was a sense of really cool thing. When my great grandmother, when she was passing, my mom was able to be with her. During that time, she would go over and just sit with her, and she would just start telling stories of her life. And my mom still regrets it. She goes, I wish I would have recorded it.
oh,
They were the best stories, because this woman grew up through the Depression, like she ran bootleg whiskey. This woman at 9 years old drove the car. Basically created NASCAR because she would outrun the police.
At 9.
At 9. They literally put like blocks of wood, tied them so she could reach the pedals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, hearing you say about your mom like regretting not recording things.
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough. Like, I have a great aunt who was just in the hospital, and you know, thank God that she is now home, like everything is okay, but she has a long list of health problems, right? She was the woman who essentially like took care of me before I went to school. Like she
Mhm.
had a daycare like after me, but she was my babysitter before like all of that happened. And then while I was on my way, like getting closer to going to regular school, she started bringing in more kids. So like she helped raise like the young generation and get them ready for school, right?
Right.
And so I have so many like core memories from when I was young and being at her house, like playing games like that you would just
Yeah.
think, oh, that's stupid. But like dropping a wooden clothespin in like people may not know what I'm talking about, but like a glass milk jug.
Oh, right.
Like having to get it in that tiny
In
little
that,
hole
yeah.
from like standing on a chair, right?
Right.
So like just crazy memories like that. Them teaching me how to ride a banana seat bike in their driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but when I found out that she was in the hospital and she may have had to have surgery, of course, when you have an elderly, family member, the worst runs through your mind, right?
Of course.
I mean, any surgery, the worst runs through your mind. But when they're older and they have health concerns, of course, like you kind of internally panic. And I cannot stress enough, like when she's able to have visitors at her home and she's feeling more up to it, like I just want to go sit and talk because you don't realize how
Yeah.
much you enjoy their stories and hearing about things in their lives until it's either gone or almost gone.
Well, they
You
lived through
know?
a time that has passed. It's no
Yeah.
longer exists.
Yeah.
And we too will be that. You're right.
Yeah.
Our time, this, what we know is real. And, well, I mean, I don't know. But, this too will pass. This will be old
Yeah.
and people won't
Yep.
understand what we went through. Like, we can't really understand
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
we might be going down that way of
Might be heading that direction. But
feels like, but
yeah.
it's
Well,
insane.
like I remember hearing stories because like my grandmother, I love her to death. She is a crazy redhead. Like she yells at me for never to come see her, but she's never home.
Right.
Like, she's always out running around, and even though she's retired, like I mean, COVID has stopped that some, but
Right.
like pre-COVID, she was always out, just seeing her friends, going to lunch, this, that, and the other. So when you have family reunions or you get to see your family at holidays, just listening to their stories because they
I
were
know.
always like I don't want to say goody two shoes, but like they were always that in my eyes. Like they never did anything wrong. They were never kids. Like they were always just pristine adults.
Well, they're
right?
adults, so you feel like they know everything. Like they're just adults. So I feel like
Right.
they don't. When I was a kid, I didn't feel like they knew what I was going through or could relate to.
Right. Well, and then as I got older and I would hear stories like about them, like
Mm-hmm.
pushing their family's car down the driveway and starting it with
Yep.
a screwdriver when they were out of the driveway. Cause you used to be able to do that, guys. Like you could, start cars with screwdrivers. You didn't need the keys.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, you did stuff like that. Like, you're perfect. You never did anything wrong.
Right.
And they're like, oh yeah, we all got in trouble for that one. And I was
Right.
like, you got in trouble? Like at 25, like you got grounded? No. Like,
Right.
But like just hearing their stories, like regardless of if it's like educational or, don't do this because I got in trouble for it.
Right.
Like you don't realize that until it's almost gone or it's gone that you're like, God, I wish I would have had those conversations. Or like your mom said, I wish I would have recorded it.
I know.
Because like you said, Molly, one day that's going to be us.
Yeah. It
Telling
is.
our nieces, nephews, grandkids,
The
like
stories of what our generation went through, and then our own personal experiences of that
Right.
said generational shared experience. It's going to be an
Yeah.
amazing story.
Yeah. Well, one day we're going to tell, our grandkids or, our nieces, nephews, whatever. Oh yeah, we had a vodcast. They're going to be like, what the hell is a vodcast?
Well, I mean, shit, we went through a pandemic. We're still going through
Yeah.
a pandemic. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
And then the craziness that is our world right now, we're
Yeah.
living through it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Insane.
And
I mean, 9/11's in history books, people.
well, it's just like, when JFK was shot. Like, where were you when JFK was killed, right?
Yeah.
And for us, it's where were you when 9/11 happened?
Yeah. Well, and then where were you in the pandemic? Well, my house is where I was.
Yeah, because work kicked us out. So
Yeah.
I was at home when it officially hit.
I
But
know.
yeah. But yeah, it's like the first time I ever heard someone say, "Oh yeah, 9/11's in a history book," I was like,
That's insane.
I was at school when that happened. Like I remember seeing it live on the news. Like
I know.
and or like where were you when the first like rocket was launched and went to the moon? Like
I know.
like those are like the things that happened in different generations that
I feel like they're like landmarks of our of our
yeah,
timeline.
absolutely.
It's kind of like those ticks. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
That you
Just
see
the
on a
events that
history
happen.
timeline.
Yeah.
Those are the marks. Yep.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And to think though that like, because you thought they were like perfect, right? That those people would never make mistakes, but then you have that realization that they're human.
Yeah.
Too. So of course they would make those mistakes, and we're those people to the younger people now. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Which is so gross when you think about it. I'm like, I'm not ready to be that person to somebody.
Well,
But
I don't feel like I'm that person.
No. I may
Sure as hell don't act like it. That's for damn sure.
Right. I would keep saying I may be turning 35, but I certainly don't feel it. Like I still feel like I'm in my 20s. Like, I mean, hey, it works.
Just kidding. Yeah. This would be super ineffective. Do not try this.
Oh yeah. Do not try this at home, kids. It will not work. But yeah, like it's crazy to think that, we're those people now to the younger generation, and they're looking at us potentially the same way we looked at like, our grandparents and our great aunts and uncles and family friends, and
it's just a staple that everybody makes mistakes. So you will too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've made mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Make mistakes on the daily.
I probably won't stop that until I'm 6 foot under. Like
I was like dead.
Yeah. My last thing I do is probably going to be a mistake, which means I ended up where I ended up.
A robot.
No.
I'm a human, so I'm going to make mistakes. So don't idolize.
Yeah. But enjoy the stories that your elders and the strong people in your life tell you. Enjoy it.
I know we have 2 minutes left. So I'm going to make this really quick because one of my favorite stories is same great grandmother. Yes.
Who's running whiskey from the cops.
Great. Yes. She was married twice. First one was legal. Second one was not. She hit her first husband over the head with a cast iron pan because he was a drunk and would come home and beat her. And she said that was fine. Just don't touch the kids. He touched the kids. So while he was drunk, she She went into the kitchen, grabbed a pan, hit him over the head, packed their stuff, and said, "You are in my way," from going to the cab, drug him out to the yard, took her kids and left.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I call a strong, independent woman. She was like, I told you. You want to lay your hands on me? That's one thing. You touch the children?
Again, it was the era of the time. That was unfortunate. It was awful. Unfortunately, you stayed.
Right.
And that's what you did. But then she drew a line.
Right. She was like, here are my boundaries.
Yeah.
Okay, do not cross them.
And she left and never turned back. And I thought that was like right? That's what I'm talking about. Strong women. We are strong as all get out.
Yeah.
So don't ever forget that. If you are going through a hard, know that you are stronger than you think. You got it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you may feel like you have nobody, but trust me, there are women and there are humans just in general who are there to give you guidance and just be an ear. I mean, hell, if you feel like you have no one, hit us up in our email. We will gladly talk to you about, something if you're going through it, because you are not alone and you will never be alone. So don't ever feel like, I have nobody, because that's not true.
Well, I just know that we're strong. Women are very strong. So we have to bear a lot of shit, children included sometimes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So don't ever feel like you're alone or that you're weak, because you may have weak moments, but they don't define you. So
Yeah.
be that independent woman, baby.
Girl,
You got this.
get it.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But on that note, everyone, it is our time.
It is.
So typically we end our show with something you're thankful for or something that
I think
you're
the
happy
speech
about.
was like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's what we're in. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to, is that like, that was
No,
good.
I was going to say the same
Right?
thing. Like, usually we end it that way, but I feel like this end of our show was like, you are a woman, hear them
You are.
roar. Like,
It is. We're ending like the month of, Women's History, International Day. Let's do it. Women
Yeah.
hear us roar.
Yep. We are here.
Stand
We are
proud.
loud. And
Take
we will
ownership
not
of your own
be.
body. Stick
Yeah.
it back.
Yep.
Stick it back.
We will not be quiet. You cannot
Nope.
silence us.
Not at all.
Unless I'm sleeping.
Yeah, definitely. Or if you give me a good cheesecake. Yep.
I mean,
might be silent during that.
Yeah. You had me a cheesecake, so.
Yep.
But all right, everybody. Thank you for joining our recorded episode.
Yes.
Please let us know if you've watched the recording, comment after play or comment on, any of the topics. Hit us up.
But also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Because you never know what you're going to get with us. It could be a little bit of that. Could be a little bit of this. You never really know. So make sure, there you go. Molly sprinkled it on and sealed it with a kiss. So make sure you check us out on all of our WLFE DB stations, whether it be their website, their Facebook pages, or our social media, which is Modern Femme-ily, all spelled the same way, except for on Instagram, there are no dashes in there. So make sure you check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. But until next week, everybody, we will see you then. Bye.